this examination of President Trump's barbaric policy of separating families, tearing little children away from the arms of their parents is long overdue. And I'd like to get to the bottom of why anyone in this administration thought that they could get away with this. Now, this is what former Chief of Staff and Department of Homeland Security Director John Kelly said, quote, Jeff Sessions was the one that instituted the zero tolerance process on the border that resulted in both people being detained and the family separation. He surprised us, end quote. Mr. McHenry, was the zero tolerance policy just alluded to, was that a policy developed by the Justice Department?
Yes, sir, it was. It was issued by the Attorney General on April 6, 2018, following a memorandum he issued in April 2017.
All right, okay.
Following an executive order.
Does the Department of Justice usually do initiatives without consulting the White House first?
I can't speak to what consultations.
All right,
the Department
thank you,
of Justice.
sir. On April 23rd, there was a memo signed by Department of Homeland Security Secretary Nielsen approving family separation mentions and that this was an analysis that has not been provided to this committee. Attorney General Jeff Sessions said on May 7th, 2018, as it relates to the family separation policy, quote, if you cross the border unlawfully, then we will prosecute you. If you don't want your child separated, then don't bring them across the border illegally, end quote. Subsequently, District Judge Dana Sabrow found that the way DHS carried out separations was not lawful. Did the Department of Justice provide any legal analysis and justification for the zero tolerance policy, Director McHenry?
To the extent that's an issue in litigation, I couldn't speak to it. We also typically don't discuss.
The question is, did the Department of Justice provide a legal analysis, yes or no?
Again, any guidance or...
So you refuse to answer the question. All right, thank you. Was any legal research or analysis done by the Department of Justice on this policy?
I'm sorry, I don't follow the question.
Was any legal research or analysis done by the Department of Justice on the zero tolerance family separations policy?
I can't speak specifically to the deliberations.
Well, why is that, sir? You are with the Department of Justice and you're here to testify this morning. Why can't you answer that question?
We don't typically discuss sort of internal policy deliberations.
I'm not asking about internal policy deliberations. I'm simply asking whether or not your department did any legal research or analysis on this issue.
Well, any analysis or research would go toward those internal deliberations.
All right. Let me move on to Chief Provost, since you're just not going to answer my questions, Director McHenry. Chief Provost, you don't have enough Border Patrol agents, isn't that correct? You have a shortage?
That is correct, sir. I could use more agents.
And in November, I believe it was, of 2017, Trump issued an executive order and it mandated that 5,000 additional Border Patrol agents be hired. Isn't that correct?
That is correct.
And you were already down by about 1,815 agents at that particular time, correct?
That sounds about correct.
And so to address the Border Patrol officer shortage, your agency signed a 5-year contract, a $297 million contract with Accenture Federal Services to recruit and hire Border Patrol agents, correct?
I believe it goes up to that amount.
Yes, ma'am, and the Office of Inspector General reported that as of October the 1st of 2018, the first 10 months of the program, Accenture had received $13.6 million of that contract, but had only processed 2 accepted job offers. Isn't that correct?
I do not know, sir. That's a
don't-
human
so
resource management side of
You
the
don't
house.
know about this gross mismanagement, fraud, waste, and abuse that's taken place in your agency that was found to be true by the Office of Inspector General?
I can't speak
Time
to
of
the
the,
amount at
gentleman
the
is
time, but I know that we have the contract.
That is ridiculous that you, the head of the agency, don't know of this issue of waste, fraud, and abuse that is rampant within your agency.
That's a CBP contract, sir. I'm the head of
Well,
the
you're
Border Patrol.
the Office of Border Patrol is the law enforcement arm of the Office of Border Protection, which you,
Within CBP, yes.
Time of the gentleman has expired. The gentleman from Texas, Mr. Gomert.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate the witnesses being